Don't do that. If you've saved up money your whole life, don't go get a Range Rover and wrap it.
Okay, that was amazing. Thank you.
Okay.
What should you do with your money? What is your rich life? It's not enough to say travel. In fact, when I ask people, what is your rich life? Well, let's just do it right now. What is your rich life?
Being able to do whatever I want, whenever I want.
That's too broad,
That's
dude.
100% of the answers I get. Hold on. Okay, everybody.
Really? Is that 100%?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, when I ask people, what is your rich life? Literally 90% of people say, I want to do what I want, when I want.
Yeah.
It's the same answer.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny where we all pick up these certain phrases. So then I'll go, what do you want? And then they go like this.
Yeah.
We spend our entire lives going to work, worrying about buying a meal, saving money, maybe investing. But we don't actually ask ourselves, what is all this for? What a shame to spend our lives just chasing some number in a spreadsheet and not even know if it's enough, not even know what it's for. So one of the other things that I do is to ask people, what do you love spending on?
Clothes from the 1930s.
Yeah.
Vintage
Clothing,
shoes.
I
vintage
do love
shoes.
those socks.
The socks have to do with money, actually. It's
They're
the color
green.
of them. Yeah,
Wow.
I only wear green socks to remind myself to work harder every day.
Okay, I
Wow.
respect that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Let's take clothes. I have this concept called money dials. And I ask people, what do you love to spend money on? Everybody instantly knows the answer. It's intuitive. The most common answer, anybody want to guess?
Shoes.
Food.
Food.
Eating out. People love it. They
Yeah.
love it. That's number one. Number two is travel.
Okay.
Number three is health and wellness. Number four is convenience, which is my money dial. And then there's a variety of other ones like clothes. Try to think about what you love spending money on. Like I said, food, travel, health and wellness, those are all fine answers. If you could quadruple the amount that you spend on your money dial, which is clothes, what would it look like and feel like? Look at that smile.
He's so happy right now.
I love this.
I'm so glad I'm not in that seat
Tell
right
us,
now.
tell us.
Yeah.
It would probably be filling a massive bedroom of my house with every outfit I could ever wear, and most likely never repeating an outfit ever again.
Oh, okay, I like that. So
He's gonna
variety.
Kendall Jenner it. Yeah. He is not an outfit repeater.
And can I ask you, would you shop at the same places?
Yeah, probably, because I shop. I don't shop because of brand names. I shop because of quality and material, and that's why it tends to be vintage.
Okay, so if you were gonna spend quadruple, 5x, 10x, you shop at the same places.
I had a couple more that I can't afford right now.
A couple brands.
A couple more quality products.
Very good. Okay, great. So you'd get more. You might add some different products. Anything else?
I feel like I'm on your TV show right now.
I know,
Like
this is
in the
great.
middle
I love this.
of How to Get Rich on Netflix.
Anything else? I would.
Start crying.
I know.
Start
Leave the
crying.
tears.
That's what's gonna get the views.
Can I point out what's going on here? I love your answer, and it's very clear that you clearly love clothes. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It shows up. When I ask people, what would it look like if you quadrupled your spend? Most people, because they're talking about food, they go, I'd have to watch what I eat because I'd be eating out 4 times a week. Ha ha ha. And I go, okay, ha ha ha. But really, it's a very linear way of thinking. That if I spend 4 times more, I'm just going to do the same thing 4 times as much. When I talk about food, I go, would you eat at the same place? No, I probably wouldn't eat at Chipotle. I might make a list of every different type of Thai cuisine and go there. And then I ask, who would you bring with you? And that's really a beautiful moment, because with money, we all think about what? I want the car, I want the suit, I want this, and no problem, I love it. If that's what you love, fantastic. But at the highest level of personal finance, it's always about the who. Who am I bringing with me? Who can I be spontaneous with and surprise and be generous with? So if I'm in your chair, I happen to love clothes as well. I might travel to Italy and I might bring my dad with me, and we both get suits made specially for us. That is a way to really turn that dial. I'm not saying you have to eat at every Michelin-starred restaurant. What I am saying is I want you to visualize what turning your money dial would look like. Because once you get this, then you understand what I mean when I say I want you to spend extravagantly on the things you love and cut costs mercilessly on the things you don't. Things that are important to me, I don't want price to be the number one concern. So I'd rather save up for it. When I was in my 20s, before I ever met my wife, I knew one day I would get married. And because I'm Indian, I knew we would have a big wedding, and I wanted it to be amazing. So I started putting money aside every single month automatically. I do the same thing for trips, house, etc.
Ever question spending money on books, appetizers, health?
If you ever see a book that you're even remotely interested in, just buy it. Don't ask a question, don't just get it. Because if you can learn one thing from that book, it can transform your life. When I was a kid, we couldn't afford to eat appetizers. Getting appetizers was inconceivable. So now when I eat out, to be able to see one or even two appetizers that look good, I go, yeah, I'll take them both. It feels incredibly rich. And this is just an example of how our childhood sticks with us. It feels awesome to be able to do that.
Business class flights on flights over 4 hours long.
Yes. Again, my money rules, not for anyone else. When I was in my early 20s, I would get on a flight and I would actually, in my head, scoff as I was walking from the front of the plane to the back. I'd be like, why would anyone spend 4 times the money paying for a first class ticket? It makes no sense. We're all getting to the same place. Ha ha ha. I wish instead of disparaging that, I would have gotten curious. And I wish I would have said, wow, if somebody can afford to get those seats, why would they? I wonder what they're spending money on. Aren't we all getting to the same place? And if I had gone from disparagement to curiosity, from D to C, I would have understood that some people have their office paying for it. Some people do it for health because they want to get there. They want their back to feel good. They maybe need to go to a meeting. And some people just have enough money that they can do what they want. And when I started to become more curious about money, that opened up my eyes to be able to spend on certain things and spend extravagantly, but also to realize, wow, maybe I try this certain type of food once. Cool. I don't need to do it again. So for me, my money rule, so that I don't have to decide every time I take a flight, boom, this is my guideline. It's done. It's written. Never have to think about it again.
Buy the best and keep it as long as possible.
Yes, I love this. I think we all intuitively have this idea of quality over quantity, but if you look in somebody's closet or you look at the things in their house, there may be some incongruity. So buy the best, keep it for a long time. It's the same with clothes. Buy something that might seem very expensive, but I'll keep it for a long time.
No limit on spending on health or education.
Yeah, this one is important. I learned when I was in my 20s and I started training and learning from personal trainers and nutritionists that I really loved it. And I also realized that I needed help. I needed great teachers. I'm going to give myself unlimited spending on this. Same for education. I've given myself the freedom to do that. I had many scholarships that paid my way through college. And one of the scholarships set up an account for me at the Stanford bookstore. So when I walked in there, I could get literally any book I wanted. It was like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. For a guy like me to have unlimited books, it was like unbelievable. And when I graduated from college, I realized that would be going away. I remember having this conversation with myself and saying, how much would it really cost to recapture that feeling of being able to get anything I want? See a book on the bookshelf? I'll get it. The answer is really not that much. So over time, that then expanded to health and education.
Health I find really compelling because it's clearly the most important foundation of all of this. It's clearly the most lucrative investment any of us could make because everything we've described, the rich life, doesn't exist without that foundation.
Yeah.
So it's all good investing in your Vanguard, but it doesn't matter at all if you're going to die.
Yeah. If you ask people what's important to you, they'll often give you the same answers. They'll say relationships, health, maybe travel.
Career, maybe?
Yeah. I go, okay, let's take a look at your spending. Show me where you spend on those things. It gets really quiet really fast. Now, it's one thing to spend time on relationships, and we should, but we can also spend money to enrich those things. It might be surprising your niece at a showing of Michael Jackson. There are lots of ways you can use money to enrich those experiences. Same for health. It could be what you buy at the grocery store. It could be training or a gym membership. It could be whatever it is that's meaningful for you. But if we claim something's important to us, it sure better show up in our time and our spending. I'm doing a lot of press right now, and a lot of journalists, they'll start off by saying, times are really tough. I go, okay, they are tough for certain groups in certain situations, but we're not going to start talking about that because that automatically sets the tone as money is something negative.
Bad. And that's what it's always bad.
Exactly. And if you've only been taught that money is bad, then how are you ever going to feel good about it?
Yeah.
So I always start off by saying, tell me what your rich life is. I want to start there. Even if you are in $25,000 of credit card debt or $200K of student loan debt, what is your rich life? You want to do it right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do
it. Practice.
Let's do it right now, and then
Yes.
everybody listening, play along.
Yes, I love it.
So what is your rich life?
My rich life is it's freedom and it's having the flexibility that if I want to adjust my schedule or do something impromptu, I can do it with the people I love and not always having to be worried about like, will I have enough? Will it go away?
Okay, love it. Let's dive into the freedom, an impromptu thing. Can you give me an example in the last month or two where you did something impromptu and you just loved it?
Impromptu. Okay, yeah. I actually had a childhood buddy I grew up with. He's always been a big WWE fan. I was able to get us connected into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't the best like financial or career decision just because I had so much other going on. But I was like, you know what? Let's go. We flew out to LA, went to WrestleMania, had the time of our life.
When you think about spending your money, what do you love spending on? Not just like, but love.
I love spending it on experiences, and I love spending it on people I love and trust.
Okay. Experiences like what?
Traveling, going out to dinner, going to shows, entertainment, essentially doing things that just create like things I won't forget and happiness and joy, and things that, time is so finite. So being able to do things that are like once in a lifetime.
Okay, great. So that example, what do you love spending money on? I call it a money dial because we can turn these dials up or down. Okay. Now here's my second question for you. If you could quadruple the amount you spent on your money dial, on travel, what would it look like and feel like for you?
I would say like first class, or maybe even have the ability here and there to do like a private jet. It would just be paying for the convenience, like top tier food, getting in, getting out, 5-star hotels. That's what it would look like.
Love it. Take me on a specific trip. Where would the next place you're going?
Italy.
Okay. So you're going to go first class, Italy.
Yep. Lay down bed.
How are you getting to the airport?
I am. Oh, I like this. I want a driver.
You want a driver. Okay, very good. So you get to the airport. Do you have bags in your hand or is someone taking the bags for you?
I can carry the bags.
Okay.
I can handle that part. I want to stay at like an unbelievable, like a winery. I want to stay at a winery.
Nice.
Family winery.
And who's going with you?
It's going to be my fiance and I. By the way, I feel great. Like you talk about the dials. Right now, I'm thinking things I haven't spent time to just sit back and think about these things. And now the images are going in my brain as you're asking me. I see it. I see the winery.
Okay, so for everyone, like the smile on your face is irresistible. We instinctively know. We all have it inside of us for the thing we love to spend on. Now, when I ask them the second question, most people, they smile, but they've never thought about it.
Okay.
And I think we heard some of that here, but you've thought about it a bit. Most people are like, they've never thought about it because we've all been taught that money is only for restriction.
Yep.
It's actually shocking to imagine thinking about spending more because we've all been taught to cut back 5% on broccoli, 5% on coffee, 5% on taxis. Yeah. If you can't imagine spending more on the things you love, then how are you ever going to make changes to your current finances?
Right.
So I love the vision you painted. What you did really well was to get specific. I want a driver. I don't mind taking my bags, and I want this hotel. The first time people answer this question, they tend to be pretty vague. They go, I want to travel. And I go, okay, where? They go, Europe. I go, and where? Tell me what seat on the airplane you want to sit on. Tell me what you want to eat as an appetizer.
Right.
That's the level of specificity, because when you get specific and vivid with your rich life, suddenly now you have a reason to make changes. And that might mean accelerating your debt payoff. It might mean stopping paying 1% to a financial advisor because you're getting financially bled dry, or whatever. But now you have a vision. Without that, you're just sitting here operating one transaction after another.